don't forget to like and subscribe.
Monica! Oh, my darling. Hello there. Okay, the movie Monica, Oh, My Darling. Okay, this has some redeeming qualities, I gotta say. But this movie does have its issues. And of course, if you know me, I'm gonna focus on the issues. So this story is basically a man kills someone out of jealousy. His best friend got engaged to a woman that with unrequited love. He loves her and he got engaged to her. So he kills his friend for that. And then it skips 6 months later and it follows this guy who's cheating on her fiance. And then she becomes pregnant. The woman he's cheating with, Monica, is pregnant. So she starts blackmailing him. Turns out there are 2 other guys that she's blackmailing. And it's like, okay, I could see the writing on the wall. I knew how it was going to run. And I enjoy those types of movies, which I can predict. There are a few things that make this movie bad. First of all, the characters are irredeemable. They're absolutely awful characters. You can't relate to a single one. In order to make a character likable, even if they're awful people, you have to make a redeeming quality, like something that makes it like, oh, that they're awful people, but there's this about them that I find funny, or that I find enjoyable, or that it just seems like they were just dealt a bad hand. Character creation 101. So it's hard to enjoy a film where you can't really relate to anyone, or you just find you want them all to die. Spoiler alert, I guess. Do they? So it's just an awful movie for that reason. I did enjoy the fact that I could predict some things, like, oh, when because the 3 guys who are all being blackmailed decide to kill her in order to get away with it. Turns out one of the guys ends up getting killed instead. And then it becomes this puzzle, and it's just like, I already knew what was going on. Except there were a few things that didn't make any sense, and that's something else that bothers me in these types of movies. If you throw something in at the very end going, oh, this was going on too, it doesn't sell well. Because those of us who watch films, you have to establish that that's going on. You can't just say, oh, that was going on too, without having a hint at it even. They could have had a cutaway dialogue. They could have had something going on in the background that just hinted at it, but they showed nothing there. I kind of had a feeling that there was a 4th guy involved with being blackmailed, but they didn't hint at it whatsoever. They also didn't hint at anything with the detective. They didn't shadow anything that there was another person involved in everything. And so all these things kind of bothered me, because it's just like, all this is going on, but it doesn't make any sense in the long run. It's just, a lot of it is just by chance. By chance, all this is going on. By chance, there happens to be another person. By chance, that it just... When it comes to that and they don't show it, it all just ends up being chance. Because every film in itself is chance. And it all just is scripted that way. There's the plot armor. There's all that stuff that is just... But it's established well. This one wasn't established well. And I did enjoy aspects of it. Apparently one of the best things about this film is the music. Because they normally butcher music when they redo it, but I can't say enough about that to really say it redeems the movie, because honestly I don't know much about it. I don't know much about the music, so I was like, okay, I guess that's nice. It might be good to mention that it's redeemed because of its music, but I don't know enough about the music, so I'm judging it by its character flaws. I'm judging it by its, story flaws. The fact that they didn't establish a few things is just really irksome, because it was like, okay, I liked the film, but there were a few points where I was just like thrown out, because either I didn't like the characters, or they threw something at me from left field that didn't make sense, or they weren't able to establish it well enough. And it's yeah, I mean, it's a movie worth watching for sure. It's worth watching, because I always like these, but one and done. It's not one of those where you can watch it again and go like, what did I miss? What was the director trying to show that I didn't see? No, this film is one and done. I mean, it had its funny moments, but other than that, I mean, a lot of it's just put up to chance, and I wasn't a big fan of that. Yeah. Monica, oh my darling. I don't know. Worth a watch, I guess. Just one playthrough, that's it. Because, also, the very end, everything was just, that's where it really bothered me, because everything is just thrown up at you. It was like, oh, well, who would the child have been to you if they were born? A daughter or a son? And then the cops that basically, the detective says, oh, it could have been, it's just all these little things. All that stuff was just thrown at you without establishing it. That's where it really bothered me, because everything is just tossed at you at the very end. Yeah. And the fact that it's just like, you can't answer that with a phone call. You can't answer that with just, oh, I got a call at this point in time. Yeah, sorry. Worth one watch. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.